Okay, so we are going to tackle some 5th grade math for week 5, but I'm going to start with definitions because some of this might be a while since you've seen it. So we're going to go ahead and just get some paper, and you can put grade 5, week 5. Vocabulary, and maybe make, bubble letters or something for math. It's up to you. You can just, decorate it or don't. Okay, make sure your name's on it if you're going to be turning it in on paper. If not, then you'll be using your Google Classroom. Okay, so we're going to look at the definitions that they gave us, and the first one was place value, and we all know what it is, but we're going to talk about it academically and use academic language. And basically it is the value of a digit, but we're also going to do an example of it. And if you want to use pens, get creative, that's fine. I'm going to do the ugly tiger might bite, or baby might throw up. And then there's ole taco hot, ole taco hot, ole taco hot, ole taco hot. So that's our units, our ones, tens, hundreds, our thousands, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, our millions, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, and our billions, 1 billion, 10 million, 100 billion. All right, so those are our whole numbers. Now I'm going to scooch over and we're going to do our decimals. And it's think, happy, thoughts. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay, so now you have your own little workable place value chart to use. We're going to go to the next definition, which is difference. And then once again, this is just so that when you see this as academic language, you know what it means. And it's the answer when two or more numbers are subtracted. Okay, so if I use my example, let's say I've got 3 minus 2, my difference would be 5. Okay, go on to the next one. This might be something new that you haven't heard yet. It's the commutative property of multiplication. Remember, you can pause, you can rewind, you can do whatever you need to do so that you can get this information. And then if the order of the factors are changed, the product will remain the same. Okay, so an example of this, I'm going to show you examples. Okay, I'm going to move my paper up. Okay, so let's say A equals 3 and B equals 2. Okay, in this commutative property, if I do A times B, it equals C. Or I can also do B times A, and it will also equal C. And then if we put these in for the A and B, 3 times 2 equals 6, or 2 times 3 equals 6. See, it doesn't matter. You can move them around. You can flip them, flop them, any which way, and they're going to stay the same. Okay, let's go to number 4. It's the sum. The answer when 2 or more numbers are added. And I forgot to tell you, you could do this in your journal if you have it. Make sure you're snapping pictures for your teacher. Okay. So if I have 3 plus 2, my sum is 5. Okay. All right. Go on to the next page. We're going to talk about the value of a digit. This is number 5. Okay. It's basically where the number belongs on a place value chart. Okay, so what that means is, let's see if I have that here. Okay, so for example, the value, what is the value of 5 in the number? Five in the number 954. So what is this? What place value is that? And that's my Ole Taco Hot. So that means it's in the tens place. Okay?
No, I'm not using my phone right now.
Okay. Okay. Pretty easy so far, right? The only one that was maybe a little different was that commutative property. Everything else is just review. Number 6.
Here, maybe Cat can scratch.
Compatible numbers. Okay, that's a method for estimating. I'm just going to say estimate. Estimating a group of numbers by slightly adjusting some or all the numbers plow for easy mental math. Okay, so a lot of definition there, but it's pretty easy. It's just estimating. You're rounding, but you're kind of telling you, instead of like rounding to a specific place value, you're rounding to what makes it easy for you to work with. So for example, if I have 172 minus 154, okay, mentally I might not be able to work that out, so I'm gonna have to change it. And if I changed it to make it easy for me to do in my mind, I could change it to 170 minus 150. And so I did do both in the tens place, but it might not always be that way. Okay? And in another example, let's say I have 914 times 17. Okay. It would be easier for me to do 900 times 20. Now see how we did different on this one. We just completely eliminated the 14 and made the 17 easier to work with, because then I can mentally do that problem. Okay, so there's kind of not a wrong or a right on that one. You're just making it so you can get a general estimate. Because if you get in the ballpark of an answer, then you know you can eliminate some answer choices that may be completely wrong. All right, let's go to 7. Digit any numeral from 0 to 9. Okay, number 8, product. The total when 2 or more factors are multiplied. Oops. Okay, so we're going to do that here. If I have 6 times 3, my product is 18. Okay. I'll try to squeeze 9 in, and then I'll need another piece of paper. Well, I'm going to need another piece of paper anyway, so let's do that. Okay. Number 9. Let me scoot my paper up. This is decimal. A number that may include part of a whole shown by a decimal. Point, a decimal point. Separating the whole from the part. Okay, good. Oh, I missed a definition, guys. So I'll have to get back with you on the commutative property of addition. I'm sorry, I missed that one on my notes. So I'm going to skip 10 and I'm going to work on 11. Those are factors. a number multiplied by another number to find a product. Okay, so if I have 6 times 3, these are my factors. And then this is the product. And the last definition is quotient. The size or measure of each group or the number of groups when the dividend is divided by the divisor. Basically, it's this. And it's basically just this. Right there. All right, that'll do it for the notes, and I'm going to work on the worksheet next.